Hi, I'm Jonathan Block. In this video, it's Mellotron sound-on-sound looping with the Boss RE-202 Space Echo in long delay mode. I'll be using only sounds from the Mellotron Mark I, and this is really just a hardware-only jam. I'm just using the iPad and GarageBand to record the demonstration and the performance. The signal chain is the Mellotron M4000D Mini. Its master mono analog output goes into a Boss volume pedal I have on the floor. The output from the Boss volume pedal goes into a Boss GT1000core multi-effects unit. And the output from the multi-effects unit goes into a Boss RE-202 Space Echo that I'll be using for sound-on-sound looping. And the output from the Space Echo goes into a Universal Audio Volt 276 interface that communicates back and forth with the iPad Pro. Hardware only jam, just using GarageBand to capture the demo and the performance. I have a link in the description down below to a video where I kind of outline how I use GarageBand as a modern day tape recorder. So we've got the Boss RE-202 in long delay mode. That's how you can do sound-on-sound looping. You can get up to a 6-second delay. The link below in the description to a video where I go through that and some more information on getting it into long delay mode. Once you're in long delay mode, I recommend that you put the head on head 1 because you have to tap to get the long delay. And it's really hard to tap a 6-second delay. But when you have it on head 1, you can tap a 2-second delay, change the mode selector to head 3, and then you'll have your 6-second delay. At that point, I recommend setting all the knobs the way you'd like and save it in one of the memory slots. This way you never have to worry about getting that long delay again. We'll be doing Frippertronics-style looping. Essentially, I've got the intensity knob, which is the repeat, set to a point where it will slowly degrade the sound quality and the volume. So it's about 12:30 or 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock or 1:30 on the intensity knob, that's where you'll have the least amount of volume decrease over time as well as sound degradation. But it's impossible to get away from it. I mean, this is not a modern delay. It's not meant to ape a modern delay. It's not meant to sound crystal clear. It's meant to be a space echo. I just happen to use it in this manner because it has those 6 seconds. And I kind of like the sound that you get with that. And so we'll be using the GT1000core just for effects on the Mellotron sounds. Be using only Mark I Mellotron sounds on the M4000D Mini. And the first thing, let me walk through all the sounds kind of quickly, just so you know the sounds that we'll be using, and then I'll demonstrate some of the effects as well. So we've got a clarinet. I do have some reverb going always on the core, so that's why you're hearing some reverb. So with these kind of trill sounds, there's also a marimba one. I find you can get some cool stuff if you move the switch to low. This low-high switch controls the sample rate, so usually high is normal. Go low, you're splitting it in half. So that's pretty cool. French horn. Acoustic nylon string. All right, organ. Nice 60s organs on the Mark I. Marimba. Okay, again, a trill, so let's move that to the low. That's really cool for some background vibes. Piano. I've explained this before with the Mark I piano. There's an octave or two missing in the middle. Probably use this as a solo sound once the loop's going. Trombone. Tenor sax. Trumpet. Hammond organ. Not the screaming, overdriven Hammond that one usually hears, but I like it. Harpsichord brass split. more to like a piano to me. May use the brass side in this, or this may be one patch I just pass right over. Here's another great 60s sounding organ. Again. This one reminds me of Pink Floyd, late 60s, early 70s. Rick Wright and his Farfisa. Very cool sound. And finally, a church organ. So those are all the Mark I sounds. Let me go back to the clarinet just to demonstrate the effects that I have here. Apologies, I know on the video, I just can't get the screen to show up. So I'll just describe what's going on here. First slot, I've got a rotary effect. Actually, we should get an organ for that, right? Here we go. Let's use our Hammond. It's a slow-moving, rotary, really for the other sounds, not the organs, because most of the organs already have their own kind of vibrato-ish built in. Second slot is a phaser. Use phaser a lot on Mellotron. And then finally, we've got a delay. Now, the thing with the delay is that you've got the volume of the delay. Typically, I would have the volume of delay a lot lower, but I don't really plan on using the delay for the solo sound, so it's not going to kind of get caught up in itself. A louder delay using kind of single notes and fading them in is a completely different experience. I mean, it's really more of just brightening up the sound a little and getting a little more space around it, because I'll be holding a note and then fading it in, and then that's it for that particular note. All right, that is essentially the setup that we're going to have for this jam. So I'm just going to get right into it. As that loop decays, you can hear not just the volume decreasing, but the sound quality changing as well. As the high end and the low end get kind of squeezed into the middle, you end up with this nice woody mid-range sound. Lends itself nicely to instruments that are trying to sound old, like the Mellotron with all its idiosyncrasies. If you're trying to do sound on sound or regular looping and have pristine sound quality, the Space Echo probably is not the effects unit to do this on. And it wasn't designed for that. It's just because it has that 6-second delay. I was like, well, Frippertronics was 5 to 6 seconds, so let's give it a whirl. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and good luck with your own music.